Hello, my name is Lara Rubim, and today in this TED Talk I'm going to present the power of music on the brain. First of all, would you believe if I told you that a simple song can release dopamine like food, synchronize your nerves within milliseconds, and even change the way you talk, walk, and breathe? Well, it is true, and I'm going to show it to you in a few minutes with data and small demonstrations. Since ancient Greece, thinkers have already sensed the power of music. Plato once said that we must be careful with the music that the government gives to us, because music has the power to shape our behavior and even the soul of a society. Even without scientific evidence, Plato was right. Music is pure vibration and has the ability to tune us to its own vibrational pattern. Think about it. On a regular day, if you play a sad song, your body and mood will naturally follow that tone. But if you play an upbeat song, your energy rises, your heartbeat races, and your movement changes. You know the saying, you are what you eat? We can also say, you are what you listen to. But after all, what happens in the brain when we listen to music? I'm going to show it to you. First of all, music activates the entire brain. Brain imaging studies show that listening to or playing music activates almost the whole brain, from auditory areas to regions linked to emotion, reward, memory, and even movement. That's why when a song starts playing, you often feel like tapping your foot or nodding your head. It's your brain turning sound into action. 2. Music is pleasure and dopamine. Music triggers real pleasure, and that pleasure is chemical. It comes from peaks of dopamine, the same neurotransmitter that it's released when we eat something delicious or experience something rewarding. Research shows that the brain releases dopamine in 2 key moments while we listen to music: in the anticipation and the climax of musical pleasure, the famous known as musical chills. 3. The brain dances before the body. Even before you move, your brain is already dancing. Neuroscience calls this entrainment or rhythmic coupling. The brain tries to predict the next beat, and when it's right, it rewards itself. This creates the pleasure of controlled surprise, the same mechanism that happens when you hear a familiar song and feel it comforting, and when you hear a new song and think it's exciting. Music and language. Singing can unlock speech. In speech rehabilitation therapies, such as for aphasia, singing can literally unlock communication. Melodic and rhythmic elements of music activate alternative brain pathways, allowing people who have lost speech a new way to express themselves again. It's the brain finding new routes through melody. Music shapes the brain. Musical practice changes the structure of the brain, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. Professional musicians that start practicing by the age of 7 and before shows that they have a large corpus callosum, the bridge between the brain hemisphere, more brain matter in motor, auditory, and visual-spatial areas. Great connectivity between brain regions. Science shows that playing an instrument or singing doesn't just improve musical skills, it enhances memory, attention, language, and even logical learning and reasoning too. From the womb, babies and rhythm. You've already seen those women that are pregnant and they put classical music for their babies. And it actually makes sense, because research showed that newborns, just a few days old, can already feel rhythm and beat. Before they even say mama, they already can feel the pulse of music. Music is quite literally one of the first languages that the brain learns. And last but not least, music and Alzheimer's. Music has a profound effect on the brain. It's universal, benefiting and reaching everyone, from babies still in the womb into elderly people with memory problems, so as those with Alzheimer's. Music can awaken forgotten memories, emotions, and connections. The, some brain areas that are linked to music are less affected by the disease. Listening to meaningful songs can improve mood, reduce agitation, and bring comfort. Music therapy, although not cure Alzheimer's, it helps a lot. It restores fragments of memory and identity, showing that music continues in our hearts even when the words are forgotten. A good example of this is applied in an experiment. It was with the ballerina Marta Cinta Gonzalez Saldana. Already in an advanced stage of Alzheimer's, it was played her solo, the music of her solo in Swan Lake. And even though her disease was in a really serious stage, her muscular memory still remembered every step of the choreography. And concluding, music is not just sound, it's biology in motion. It shapes our emotions, organizes our thoughts, refines our language, and even restructures the brain itself. Every beat, every melody, every pause between song, it's a direct conversation of who we are inside. Plato might not have memorized cans, but his intuition was right. Music is power, the power to transform behavior, create identity, and connect people through a shared vibration. So next time you press play on a song, remember, it's not just sound playing. Your brain is dancing, learning, and feeling. You are what you listen to. And with every song, you become a little more who you choose to be. Thank you very much.